Welcome, friends. After long, I, Advocate Dr. Mahendra Limaye, is interacting with you. And through this video, I would like to provide some solution to the recent fraud or the top ranked recent fraud, which is digital arrest. Friends, our country has collectively lost more than say 1,000 crores, which is reported in media in last couple of months in this particular digital arrest scams. Is it only worth blaming the victims that they didn't understood the magnitude or they didn't understood the trap in which they were directed, or they were unable to detect trap laid for them? Is it so simple? Lot of awareness activities have now been initiated by government agencies in the form of caller tunes, which we all recently witnessed. Every service provider started with this caller tune. Suddenly, why this suddenness? Since something was cooking in the counter, some fraud of huge magnitude was happening, and hence government failed this particular need of making all the consumers or the citizens of India aware of the same. Friends, when as a law practitioner, I look to this particular angle of fraud or cheating, or say whatever has happened, is it only worth blaming the consumers or the victim, or is there any solution, any remedy to such victims? Many of us have failed to provide this remedy, and the only solution is victims should blame themselves for the acts they committed. Friends, is this question so simple? India losing more than say 1,000 crore, 100 crore, 500 crore in this particular scam. Where the hell money is going? Who is the real beneficiary? Whatever are the investigations which are carried out by police authorities, only say 5 to 10% money is distributed amongst lower rank operators, like those who have provided SIM cards or their bank accounts, or who have helped in other manner. But the major chunk of money is going outside India, and that is certainly a huge threat to sovereignty of this particular country. And that's why we must be compelled to address this particular situation from all fronts. It's not so simple that only few peoples are being duped in digital arrest scams and only awareness. Yes, awareness is one of the key solutions to all the problems in digitalized world, because we the digital illiterate peoples are not aware of the magnitude and capabilities of these digitalization or digitalized activities. And we should accept that. But our main topic is, what is the remedy? What is the solution for the victims of digital arrest scam victims? One of the attempts which I am focusing on and which I hope the lawyers who are witnessing this particular video should try is, was the banking system through which this transaction happened capable of identifying the transaction patterns which were carried out by the victims? There are certain Reserve Bank of India imposed guidelines on various banks for anti-money laundering, suspicious terrorist funding activities. A lot of provisions are there. And is that particular bank where the victim had his account, or to where the money was transferred, or to the subsequent beneficiaries of that particular fraudulent amount, have ever raised any alarm regarding anti-money laundering or suspicious transaction or say terrorist funding practice, or when huge volume of transactions have been happening in most of the money mule accounts, what were the efforts initiated by these banks? I am afraid to say our banking system has failed miserably in providing this particular support to our own citizens as regards to their RBI stipulated mandatory guidelines regarding anti money laundering or suspicious transactions or terrorist funding or say money mule accounts. When I have read the various accounts where the digitally arrested victim has deposited the money, and just if you read those particular accounts, it's mind boggling. Lakhs of rupees transaction happening in individual accounts going unnoticed by the bankers. Is this what we expect from the bank? Is this the security provided by the bank? So I am looking to this particular problem of digital arrest in the form of failure of our banking system, and that is one of the intended say area from which victims can get relief. Another feature in this particular scams, what I have observed is most of the victims have withdrawn their money from mutual funds. So with the emergence of digitalization, the withdrawal of mutual funds is at fingertips. You can just make online applications, withdraw that particular money, that money is transferred into your designated bank account. So again, the regulators or mutual fund regulators have also, whether they have been cast this particular responsibility or not, is again debatable question. But if some investors of high magnitude is withdrawing the money suddenly, then what are the responsibilities? Does any duty of care or duty of inquiry is cast on either of the banker or the mutual fund operator, or wherever that money is stored or kept for security by that particular victim? So the main questions which needs answers and which are solutions in itself are, is proper duty of care taken by the banker? Was there a duty of inquiry cast on the banker towards their customers, or was it their fiduciary responsibility? Does bank owe any fiduciary responsibility towards their account holders? Was there proper due diligence of the account of that particular digitally arrested victim's account maintained by the bank? So, through this particular inaugural video, I suggest these are the thoughts, these are the not exact solutions, but the ways to reach that particular desired solution and to provide certain relief to digitally arrested, or for that particular matter any of the cyber fraud victims. Friends, we, or as a professionals, there must be some relief to the victim who has suffered and who has lost his lifetime savings. Only blaming will never help him. One of the famous Marathi authors, those who understand Marathi, will get this particular reference immediately. Vapu Kare has written. I am translating it for the benefit of other users or other listeners in English. What Mr. Vapu Kare has written: when a person loses his pocket full of money, containing money, then the first thing he requires is not sympathy. What he needs is money. Because if you provide only sympathy to him, it's not going to fulfill his other needs, which money will fulfill, or what was the content in his pocket could fulfill. So, in our or in my future videos, I would like to discuss some more reliefs regarding these sort of scams. Since this video is on the last day of 2024, I take this opportunity to wish you Happy New Year, digital frauds, less New Year. Thank you. Do like and subscribe and share this particular video if you find any substance in it. Thank you.